Hello y'all, how you doing? Just gotta adjust the camera a little bit. It's Chris, KD9YSW. Today we're gonna finish up my Yagi, my tape measure Yagi that I made. There have been some problems with some chunking here on the local repeaters, and well, me being a good ham, I want to be able to help out the repeater owners. So, we'll see how this goes. Basically, I've cut everything to the specifications of what KB9VBR's J-pole antenna website has stated. Now, TO has done one previously, and well, I'm really not in the mood to sit here and try to figure out the website that everybody keeps posting. So it was nice enough for Michael to post how to make it, and it was really beneficial to me. The website that a lot of people put up, I have not been able to find different stuff on. So first off, I'm going to turn on my soldering iron because I'm literally at that point. I have the antenna here. Most of it's folded in. I'm going to fold this one in because I want to make sure it's easier to work with around the table here. And if I'm allowed to, there we go. That's the nice thing about a tape measure Yagi. You can fold it in on itself if you use the PVC like I did, and you'll be able to do stuff. We have the coax cable on the back here, which I'm going to have to get going, get stripping and all that stuff here, which and I also have two solder joints already placed on the back. Let me see if I can get it. Solder joints here and here that we can solder to already. That is so that we keep the heat away from the PVC. You know, because PVC is plastic, so it will melt. Let's see if this allows me to fun stuff that I'm finding out. So, if we can do this correctly, let me find my solder. Let me find some solder here. That's not a big deal. Got a big one here. And we'll go down like that if it stays. So basically what I'm doing with my knife, I'm not going to do that much. I'm going to go here. I am basically trying to strip this, and of course I didn't turn on the light. There we go. That's better. Now we can see. So we get it so that we can basically strip away the black. And yes, I could use a stripper, but I'm like, no, I could do it the old-fashioned way. And then I usually cut up the length of the coax. The reason I do that is it's easier to get at. Okay. So what we'll have to do, and this is going to be the fun part for me, because I've never done this before, is get this all separated. Now, mind you, people have made this look a lot nicer and everything else. I'm new to this. I'm trying to figure this out, so we'll just do it this way. And we'll go here to cut the dielectric up. There we go. We get some of it exposed. Now we got to get the rest of it. How about we not use our knife and use a strippers? There we go. That was a lot easier. Just trying to figure this out the way it needs to get done. So we go a little bit further down. Can we go a little bit further down? Oh, we could a little bit. That's alright. You know, working third shift and all that, I don't really have an Elmer. I have people that'll help me from time to time, but I really don't have an Elmer. So, the whole goal is here, and I might have to get more coax up here. Let's get this coax. Mind you, I'm using RG58 because that's what I have. Some people like to use others. This is what I have. So this is what we're going to use. So there. And that might not be enough. Might have to go a little bit deeper. We can do that. Now, mind you, I keep my pocket knives pretty sharp, so that's why I'm using this. I don't have a box cutter, which a lot of people recommend. I don't have one. If you have a box cutter, I would recommend it, because wielding my knife around is a real pain in the butt. There we go. Try to get all these loose errant hairs. Kids, gotta love them. My 10-year-old who wants to get his ham radio license just called and said that he's over by another friend of mine, Alex, WB9X, and asked when I was coming. I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of making this Yagi. I'm literally to the point of where the strip is. Okay, we got that. Okay, cool. We can do that. Now let's just make sure we get one and then we work on the other. That'll be the fun part. So, ooh, that's hot. Just tack it in there. Yep, it's tacked in there now. As you can see, it can be a pain in the ass. I'm trying to just tack it in there for right now so that it's good to go. Because we got one more to go. We got one more wire. We got to do the hairpin. And that'll go up over the top wherever I put that little piece of... Nope, that's not the wire. Where's the wire? Here's the wire. This little thing has to go up here. So, let's get this in first and then we'll go to that. Son of a gun. That's in. That's a good thing. looks good. Okay, where did I put that wire now? Here it is. Now the hairpin goes right up in here. Mind you, I didn't turn my computer off, which I should have done. So I'm getting all the notifications, but that's alright. So basically, I'm going to trim back these, where's that? Alright, those are trimmed back. We're good to go. I'm going to do it to the rest of them later on to make it a little bit shorter, which will work. But basically this is going to go here and here. So we'll get one side done and then we'll do the other. We're not going to do both sides at the same time because you can't do that. Well, you can, but you need to have some help with that. Now, this is supposed to be 5 inches. If I could find my ruler, which I think on my pad here has one. So let's see if we can figure this out. Make sure it's 5 inches. Okay, so we made sure it was 5 inches long. That needs to be 5 inches long. So I am going to try to tack this down. If I can get my solder. So let's try to do this here first. Oh, don't want that. Make sure you get some good solder on there. It's not cold. Mine's not cold, I'll tell you that much right now. It looks pretty dang good. I'm going to put a little bit extra on there just to make it look a little prettier. Not much. Just get it down to the thing. So, mind you, a lot of times, guys, when I'm working on projects, I'm watching YouTube. Just because. Alright. So that one's in. Oh, a couple of those are loose. We got to get those down. Can't have loose wires. That looks better. Get them all in there. So, get this one on there, like so. See if I can tack it down first without burning myself. Nope, can't do that, so we'll do it this way. Get the winds a little bit more up. Now, mind you, I did move away some of the paint away from this area so that it would stick better and get a better electrical connection. So, but that looks to be down. Let's cover that up a little bit better. That looks good, from what I can tell. Let's get this out of the way. And not pull my hot iron out, but that's what that looks like. So, now we're going to have some fun with putting the antenna down, so to speak. And I picked up a BNC connector. You can do an SO239, you can do an SMA, whatever you want to do, but I'm doing BNC. The nice thing is I have adapters that go from my SO239s through a PL259 into a BNC male, or female I should say, because I got a male today. I can just hook it up to pretty much anything. I can go from SMA to BNC very quickly. When I had my FT70D, which unfortunately I sold to do some other stuff, I did that, and it was great. It was a great little radio, and it was nice with my signal stick that I used it for. So, but usually what I do is I measure it out about from like here, doing that. I go a little bit below it, and I mark it with a finger mark. Just get a groove in the BNC, or not BNC, in the coax. Now, I recommend everybody picks up a coax crimper. If you don't want to crimp, then you're going to end up soldering. And I'm sorry, I only solder when I'm doing outside antennas and bigger cables. Everything else is crimpable. So, right now I'm just cutting it. And, top came out. So now I try to get it out like a flower, is the best way to describe it. I try to even it out. This will be too long for you to crimp it, so you're gonna have to cut back some of the wires, and you can see some of the wires are falling, which whatever. Now I want to get the center conductor out, so I'm cutting around the dielectric, just a little slot. And usually what I do, and I don't have it here, just trying to get at the center conductor. Which it doesn't always want to do. You know, I may have my general, but there's a lot of things I still need to learn about this lovely hobby, and I recommend anybody to get their general. You get more time on, better air time. That worked really slick. I might have to start doing that more. But I recommend you guys get at least your general. That worked really well. And yeah, I still have my lovely stuff. So I'm going to take the outside crimpable one. This is for the back side, and shove it on the wire. I don't know why I didn't do that before. I'm going to find my pin. And it's in there. And where's my crimp tool? I got my crimp tool right here. So let's go down like that. So you can see I have this stuff on there. Now I gotta remember ooh. Yeah, don't do that. I just lost the BNC. The little post. God darn it. Alright, so we're gonna put this BNC on. That should be enough. Nope, it's not. Of course.
I'm gonna go US. I'm gonna go US.
So now I'm pulling my blade out because I was just trying to rush this. I found the needle head finally, so that's what I needed. Always have somebody available to help you if you can. Here we go. Now, this should only go, I gotta go down further. Yeah, I gotta go further. So there. So let me see something. See? They're real slippery. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crimp this on first so that's done. What the heck? There it is. Keeps jumping out of my thing. So we'll do it this way. I don't know if that's gonna work. That might not work. But we'll wait and see. Can't get it in there yet. So I hope I didn't overcrimp that. Oh well. It happens. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, so. All that fun jazz. So. But we'll see what happens. Push it down. Get a flower petal as much as possible. This stuff is crap. I can tell you that much right now. So, it's a whatever thing. Now I'm just checking to make sure the pin's in the middle, which it is. Now I'm going to move this back up there. Oh, that didn't do it. I'll go back here. That's on. Well, it'll be interesting. Here we go. That's in the middle now. Now where's that lovely... Here it is. The heat shields. I shrink wrap, which if I gotta find my gun, my heat gun. Oh, work great. Let's see if this works. All done. That's how simple that was. So now I have a Tape Measure Yagi, which I probably have to modify because I don't think it's the way it's supposed to. It needs to be shorter up on top, I think, but that's no big deal. I can remeasure that. And there it is. But as you can see, right there, it's all soldered up. It's all anchored in there. It's all really nice. So that's how you make a Yagi. So everybody for now, 7-3 from KD9YSW Chris. Have a great day.